Imagine checking a lottery ticket and realizing you've just won $500 million. Not $500, not $50,000, $500 million. For a few seconds, you probably wouldn't even know what to do. You'd stare at the ticket, check the numbers again, maybe check them a third time. And then your entire life would change. But here's the strange part. Winning the lottery isn't necessarily the moment your money problems end. For some winners, it's where an entirely different set of problems begins. Because what happens after you win? How much money do you actually get? Who do you tell? Can you keep your name private? What happens when family members start asking for money? And perhaps the biggest question, how do you avoid turning $500 million into a very expensive disaster? Cherry opened the case, and the first thing she discovered was that the winner doesn't simply get handed $500 million. Let's say the lottery advertisement says, $500 million jackpot. Sounds simple, but that number can be misleading. In many major lotteries, especially in the United States, a jackpot is advertised as an annuity value, the total amount paid over many years. The winner may instead have the option of taking a lump sum cash payment, which is considerably smaller. So our imaginary winner doesn't necessarily walk into a bank and see $500 million. The actual amount depends on the lottery, the payout option, and the applicable taxes and rules. And that's the first lesson. The headline number isn't necessarily the money in your bank account. Even before you've bought your first luxury car, the math has already changed. Clue number 1, don't tell everyone. Now imagine you've confirmed the ticket. You're officially a multi-millionaire. What's the first thing you should do? Tell your family? Post it on Instagram? Call your friends? Absolutely not. At least, not before understanding the rules where you live. Lottery winners can face very different disclosure and privacy requirements depending on the jurisdiction. Some places allow greater anonymity. Others require winners to be publicly identified. And if your identity does become public, your phone might become the most valuable thing in your house. Because suddenly, everyone has a business idea. Everyone has a charity. Everyone has a cousin who just needs a little help. And someone you haven't spoken to in 10 years may suddenly remember your birthday. The money doesn't just change your lifestyle, it can change your relationships. Clue number 2, the $500 million problem. Now let's imagine our winner has dealt with the publicity. The money is finally available. What would you do with it? Buy a mansion? A private jet? A yacht? A sports team? Here's where things get interesting. When you're used to thinking about money in thousands, $1 million already feels enormous. But $500 million is a completely different psychological scale. Consider this. If you spent $100,000 every single month, that's $1.2 million a year. At that rate, spending $500 million would take more than 400 years, before even considering taxes, investment returns, inflation, or other changes. So the problem isn't necessarily, how can I afford this? It's, how do I make decisions when normal financial limits no longer feel real? And that's a very different problem. Clue number 3, money attracts attention. This is where the fantasy can get uncomfortable. Imagine suddenly having hundreds of millions of dollars. People may ask for loans, investments, business partnerships, charitable donations, help with medical bills, help buying a house, help starting a business. And some requests will come from people you genuinely love. That's what makes this difficult. You don't necessarily want to become the person who says no to everyone, but if you say yes to everyone, your money can start disappearing in ways that don't feel like spending. $10,000 here, $50,000 there, $100,000 for a great opportunity. And suddenly, you're not managing your money. You're managing everyone else's expectations. This is one reason sudden wealth can require something most people never expect: boundaries. Clue number 4, the people who show up. Now let's talk about something less glamorous: scams. A giant lottery win can make someone an enormous target. Fake investment opportunities, fraudulent charities, people pretending to be financial professionals, friends of friends offering exclusive deals. Even ordinary financial products can become dangerous when someone suddenly has vastly more money than they know how to manage. And there's another problem. When you're suddenly worth hundreds of millions of dollars, everyone wants to help you invest it. But the person with the best sales pitch isn't necessarily the person with the best advice. That's why a major lottery win can require a team of professionals: lawyers, tax professionals, accountants, estate planning specialists, and qualified financial professionals. Not because the winner suddenly became bad with money, but because the consequences of a bad decision are now enormous. Here's the part I find most interesting. Winning $500 million doesn't automatically teach you how to manage $500 million. Imagine someone who has never managed more than $5,000 suddenly having access to hundreds of millions. Their income changed overnight. Their financial skills didn't. And that's where lifestyle inflation becomes dangerous. A bigger house, then another. A vacation property, then another. Private flights, luxury cars, staff, memberships, travel, gifts, investments, businesses. And because the money initially feels almost unlimited, the spending doesn't necessarily feel expensive. That's the psychological trap. When money stops feeling scarce, spending can stop feeling real. So what would a smart winner actually do? This is where Cherry's investigation gets practical. If you somehow won $500 million tomorrow, the smartest first move probably wouldn't be buying anything. It would be slowing down. First, protect the ticket and verify the claim. Follow the lottery's official process and understand the rules in your jurisdiction. Second, understand your privacy options. Don't assume you can simply disappear or that you have to announce everything immediately. Third, build a professional team before making major financial decisions. Legal advice, tax advice, financial planning, estate planning. And importantly, verify the people you're trusting. Fourth, give yourself a waiting period. You don't need to spend millions just because you suddenly can. And fifth, create a system for helping other people. If you want to support family, friends, or charities, decide in advance how much you're comfortable giving, because generosity without boundaries can become another form of financial chaos. The $500 million question. And now, let's go back to the beginning. Imagine that ticket is sitting on your kitchen table, $500 million. What would you do? Most people immediately think about what they would buy: a house, a car, travel, freedom. But after investigating what actually happens when someone receives extraordinary wealth, I think there's a better question. Not, what would I buy, but what kind of life would I build? Because money can buy options. It can remove certain financial pressures. It can create opportunities, but it doesn't automatically create good decisions. And it certainly doesn't create boundaries, relationships, purpose, or financial discipline. Those still have to come from somewhere else. The missing dollar. So, where's the missing dollar? It wasn't hiding in the lottery ticket. It wasn't hiding in the mansion. It wasn't hiding in the private jet. It was hiding in something much less exciting: the decisions made after the money arrives. Because winning $500 million can solve a lot of financial problems, but it can also create problems that money alone can't solve. The real challenge isn't becoming rich. It's knowing what to do after you are. And that's the part nobody puts on the giant lottery billboard. So if you woke up tomorrow and discovered you'd won $500 million, what's the first thing you'd do? Not the car, not the house, not the vacation. The first thing. Tell Cherry in the comments. I'm genuinely curious how many of us would actually know what to do. And if you enjoyed this investigation, subscribe to The Missing Dollar, because here we don't just ask how people make money, we investigate what happens after the money appears. Until next time, stay curious, because there's always another missing dollar waiting to be found.